Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is sponsored by the people looking at me through my window while I jerk off. The subject of today's matter: ogres. You probably have some understanding of what an ogre is, looks like, or perhaps have had a sexual encounter or awakening with such a creature. But throw all that perceived knowledge of the subject out the window, as the only ogre that matters today is your friendly neighborhood Shrek. Starring in the romance sci-fi Shrek run through 4 and its many spin-offs, which, quite frankly, we don't talk about those. Shrek has managed to grow a cult following online with many, and I mean quite frankly, too much fan-made content now circulating the web. During my many deep moments of meditation and philosophical thoughts, I wondered upon a question that I could not find an answer to. But you most likely already know what I'm going to ask you. The question being, how big is Shrek's penis? His phallus, or diddle, disco stick, kidney bruiser, corned beef tornado, or as my fellow fans of line-crossed eagles would say, Shrek's Peter. I thought my intrigue would be quenched by a simple Google search, but I was very wrong. I searched long and hard and throughout for a while all over the internet, and I went to some dark places and found some things I may never recover from. I sourced forums, blog posts, but all that gave me was a suggestion that Shrek could in fact have a vagina. With all the Shrek lights in the world, I can't understand why you would think that, but I couldn't accept that without any further evidence, because that's just ridiculous. But when I ran out of hope and there was no answers in sight, I knew I had to turn to the last resort, the home of the scum in this world. And finally, I found the man with a hypothesis. After scouring through all the schmuck in the world, in his post he states, and I quote, "Firstly, I researched the average penis size worldwide, which was reported to be 5.16 inches when erect. Based on this, I found out what the average height was in the swampy country of Rwanda. The data shows that the average height is 5 foot 2 inches. With this data, I calculated the average penis is 12.0115% of the human body in Rwanda. Using this data, I searched up what is Shrek's height. The most common answer was 8 feet, which is 96 inches. Based on the findings of my previous data, I calculated that Shrek's dick is 11.53 inches. Okay, now back to my voice. However, this would mean that the volume of cockage per square foot is bound by the rules of nature within our own world. If you know anything about my green daddy, then you would know he is from and lives in a combination fairy tale world. So I couldn't accept this as fact. This was interesting to think about, but unfortunately flawed. How am I gonna figure this out? I wondered, forgetting I should just go to the source for the answer. I tried watching every movie for more conclusive evidence, but only found a dead end of bulges and hand-stitched leggings. Why there is no sex scenes in any Shrek film is beyond me. They would have made a lot more money that way. But I do know that Shrek at least had sex once, which means he does have a penis, as Fiona, who he had intercourse with, gave birth, thus informing us that she isn't the one possessing the penis, disproving the Shrek vagina theory. You might be saying, but in the wild, the horse fishes, the males give birth. First of all, Shrek is not a horsefish. Is he gonna push the 3 babies out of his fucking anal cavity? Out of his anal passage? I don't think so. Out of his penis hole? That's like pushing 3 melons out of something the size of a penis hole. That's ridiculous. My question was to know the full erect length. And to be honest, I could not find an answer. I don't know. I don't know. I can only assume, because of this one image, that there is a penis there. He has a penis. There's a slight bulge. From this, I can take that he is, in fact, a grower, not a shower. And if you take the scene where he's in the mud bath, the mud pool, that is also conclusive that he is a grower, not a shower. Because if he was a shower, that shit would be like, fling. If it was 11.53 inches, I think it might have been poking out, because he wasn't that deep in that mud pool. I know, I know I'm being real scientific and real conclusive about this. Don't mind my boring ass wall, okay? But we don't know. I guess you could ask like whoever created him, but they didn't make his penis. He's an animation. Shrek doesn't have a penis size. You can look. You can definitely see an animation of Shrek's penis out there somewhere. I've seen it. I know. For like an actual canon one, no, absolutely not. And at the end of the day, has your time been wasted here today? Kinda. You know, that just teaches you a more important lesson. Not to believe shit you see on the internet. Because I could have just made it up and you wouldn't believe me, so. See, the real theme behind this video is for people to not believe things at face value. Just because I have a Blue Yeti mic that I've dropped 12 times and a shitty camera doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about. And you know, people gotta understand that sometimes. So I don't know what Shrek's actual penis size is. But I can conclude he does have a penis. And it is a girl, not a shower. From my research anyway. And I don't think it's actually that big. I think it's kind of small compared to his body though. Like compared to an 8-foot man. His penis is quite small. If I was to give you a rough estimation, taking like the length of his body into account, I'm looking at soft, like 4 inches, 5 inches soft. Because everyone knows your dick floats up when you're in water. Well, he's in mud, but you know, same fucking principle. If it was really long, if it was really that long, it'd be poking out the top. But it wasn't. So I think it's slightly below what an average person his height would be. So instead of 11.53 inches, we'd be looking at, I don't know, I think it's probably about 8 inches, to be honest. You know, on a low end, you're looking at like 6 inches. If you wanted to, you know, take something away from this and say this how big it is, we can start that now. We can start the movement saying that Shrek's penis is in fact 8 inches. So, yeah. Other than that, man, that's it. I'm just gonna have to send this one out. And by all means, if you find out the answer yourself, let me know. This is a call to arms for like more conclusive research. If you do so happen to do that, I would appreciate that. That'd be really nice of you. It's good to be back for good, man. Back on that YouTube grind. I've been saying it. I've been saying it for a while now. Alright, so y'all been talking about, hey, you ain't doing shit. I'm here. I'm back. I'm ready to go. Let's do this shit. The fucking from my old tradition of like doing a random outro for each video. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that right now. So yeah. So shit. It's funny because if I scooch you that way and you look out my window, people can see me doing that. So it's sick. A great thing to note actually is while I'm editing this, I now have realized I have a folder just full of Shrek's genitalia. So that's fantastic.